Hello, welcome back to iCarly. Fun fact, my mom used to think, she probably still does, that I look a lot like Carly from iCarly. And I get it, just the pale and dark hair, but I feel like I look more like Michael Jackson. So vote in the comments. Am I Michael Jackson? It's awkward because iCarly has they have a show on the internet or whatever. And here I am talking to you guys on the internet, just like she does. I would have never thought. But yeah, today it's just ramble time, guys.
Rambling.
I am driving to work and my car is making the weirdest noise, and I think it's because it's so cold outside. So Minnesota, it's like winter kind of didn't want to show up in Minnesota. It was just like, you guys talk shit every time, I'm not going to come anymore. And we were like, yay! She got mad and she wanted us to miss her, but we didn't. We were happy. And now she's mad and she's giving us the coldest out of nowhere. Like, it just went to -7 when it was like 20. And that was crazy. In January, 20 degrees, that's crazy. No snow. Like, if any snow, is like very little. Usually we'd already have like an extreme snowstorm thing bullshit. At least 2, if not more. But next week it's supposed to get warmer again, and hopefully my car can stop sounding like it's a mammoth. It sounds like a mammoth, a dying mammoth, and I'm scared because I don't want it to die. But yeah, like horoscopes, I'm not very educated in horoscope knowledge, but I like them. I've been into it since I was a kid, but I don't know a lot about all of them, you know what I mean? I only know mine. I am an October Libra, and that means we're like, October Libras are supposedly, rumor has it, we're like the toxic Libras. Whatever, dude. I was looking at the year readings for Libra 2024, and I don't like what I'm hearing. It's a bunch of dumb shit. Especially one of them, well, a few of them said that there's going to be love interest, which is bullshit because I honestly don't. Like, I think it's so nice to not love anybody romantically. Like, I think it's a waste of time. It clouds my judgment. And I don't want to feel like that for anybody. Can't I just make really good friends? Like, that's the only thing I want. And like, maybe like a good job, a sense of purpose. I'm not asking for a lot. Like, a reason to wake up every morning. Don't care about love. And the thing is, it's like they shove that down your throat if you're a Libra. Like, all you care about is love. It's like, no, I don't, dude. It destroys me. It's actually really bad for me, honestly. It's like I'm allergic to it, because every time I've ever liked anybody, I've always downgraded so badly in life. Everything goes to shit. And not ever did I go seeking for it. It just happened. It hits you. If I see Cupid, he's a dead man. Like, I'm going to shove that arrow right up his eye so he never sees where he's aiming. And that way we can all dodge him. You know, it'd be nice if I got a nice career, but I just don't care for anything. That's why it's like hard to pick what to do. It's really cold right now. I'm gonna blast this. Don't be mad. I need to blast this. It's so cold. I hate it. Ugh. I don't even feel shit, dude. That's how cold it is. Like, I'm blasting it and I don't feel anything. It smells like summer for a second. The thing where you burn fire, a bonfire. That's the smell of summer. I don't ever want to feel cold again, ever. There's not a lot of shit happening at my job. There are some moving around, like, going on. Like, for example, one of my managers, Ed Wing, he is trying to leave. He's trying to, like, get out of there, which is bad news for me. Every time I hate these managers, but then I get used to them. You know what I mean? Like, I know how to pull their strings a little bit, just enough to get by, like, for my sake. So now that I've figured out how to get Ed Wing to do what I want, and that's basically just put me in a busy area. Just put me in a busy area so I could do my own thing and don't let anybody else near me, which is exactly what he did. And now he wants to leave? Like, are you kidding me? And there's a new one. Now I have to train him on how to treat me or how I want to be treated. Oh my gosh, it's so much work. But I'm gonna do it. And the good thing is, shit, my windshield. is fogging up. Where is my exit? I need to get out of the busy road so I can go as slow as possible. Sometimes I drive so slow, I feel like somebody jogging could catch up to me, and that would be awkward. I'm surprised I've never been pulled over for driving slow, but I got pulled over for speeding. Like, what the freaking shit? The one time I speed and I get caught, like, are you freaking kidding me? Oh my god, it's freezing! I hate the cold so much. I wonder how cold it is. It feels -1,000,000. It feels like we should all be hibernating. That's what it feels like. We are in the safe zone. So there's a new guy. I swear he like introduced himself to me and I forgot his name immediately. I was just like blank. I'm like, don't know. I'm going to give you a name. What should I name him? James. Okay, so James is a new manager. He can't introduce himself to me, and I thought I was gonna sneak on by without actually introducing myself because I don't like when people know my name. I feel like when somebody calls you by your name, it's too personal. It makes me uncomfortable. But that could be because I just don't like getting too close to people. I've learned my lesson. No, I'm just kidding. This just became a therapy session. But yeah, just awkward. And I don't want him to tell me what to do. And they're less likely to tell you what to do if they don't even know your name. So he says, oh, I'm James. I'm the new whatever manager, coach, whatever. And I said, oh, nice to meet you. And that was it. But then he's like, what's your name? And I was like, no. I should have made it up. My name's Barney. My name's Gerbird. Gerbird and Gerbird. Imagine if I changed my name to Gerbird. That'd be so ugly. Gerbird. I should introduce myself like that. I don't think he remembers it though. And then my other manager, he thinks my full name is Angelina, which it's not. Sorry, my name is enough. But I never corrected him because I thought it was funny, and now it's just too late, which I don't care, like, whatever, dude. But he only came over to do that, to, like, introduce himself and to annoy me because I don't like when people are in my area. He was trying to clean up my area, but it's like, dude, I can do it all by myself and go away. But I wasn't gonna, like, usually my other managers, I do tell them to go away. Well, Ed Wing, I do tell him to go away constantly because, like, I don't need you in my area. Like, I can do it. Go help somebody that actually needs help, you know? But I didn't tell James because he's new, and I'm like, okay, I don't want to ruin the feeling of, like, we don't have a problem. You know what I mean? The peace. The peace of not having a problem with a manager because they're new. And maybe I can be different, you know what I mean, with this one. I have another manager, what name did I give her? I forgot what name I gave her, but she's really cool. We don't have any issues, but I have a feeling it's because she was warned by a different manager that I got into a fight with. Not physical fight, like just argument. Well, mainly I just yelled at him. I'm pretty sure he warned Ethan. Ethan warned her about me. He said, like, oh, you just have to let her do what she wants to do, which makes me sound like a brat, but to my defense, my area 13 is the busiest one in that whole section. It's the busiest one, and I refuse to work with anybody, and I want to work alone, and I want to be left alone, and that's all I ask. Like, why is that so difficult? Could you imagine being a manager and one of your employees or whatever workers want the busiest spot and to nobody help them? Like, I think that's a pretty good deal, honestly. And all I ask is don't talk to me. Like, avoid me at all costs, and everything's gonna get done. An average person gets five pallets or what are they called, bins of shit they have to deal with. I had 10 today, and I still did it faster than the other people. It's because it's my crack energy, okay? It's my anxiety crack that's helping me out, but they don't need to know that. No, I'm just kidding. They think I'm just really good. I'm not. I'm anxious being around people, and if I don't do things quickly, I'm going to shit in everyone's area. I'm gonna take the biggest. Well, right now I can't because I'm constipated. But if I could, I would. This is I don't know if it's a TikTok or just a video I saw where it's like, if you really don't want to go to work, shit yourself. You really don't want to go to work, shit yourself, and tell your manager. It's like, show me that you really don't want to go to work by shitting yourself. And I'm like, dude, if it all gets really bad, just shit yourself. This whole time, the thing that's been scaring me and haunting me could be my way out. But it's like, now everybody's gonna know you as the one who shits himself. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody knows me enough. Like, if they hear me talk just once about anything, they're gonna know I have a shitting problem. Because that's all I ever talk about. It is way too cold out here for anybody to do anything. We should all just be home and let animals in too. Like, damn, how are the deer doing? Like, I don't get it. How are they okay with this? Do they leave? I'm dumb. Like, I don't know the deer life. Oh yeah, what was that guy? The guy from Dragon Tales I told you guys about last time. So there's this guy. He's just a worker. He's not like a manager. He reminds me of Dragon Tales, the dragon. I forgot his name, but he looks just like him. He even has blue. No, I'm just kidding. He doesn't wear blue. We all wear pretty much, hoodies because it's freezing. But he was walking out of the meeting that we have, and he was walking away, and he saw me because I come in late on purpose. I don't like the meetings. They make me nervous. So I come in late, like 10 minutes, a little around that, late, just so I can miss it because I'm just going to go to my area. And he saw me come in late, and he like slowed down his pace so I could end up walking by him. But I slowed down like a lot so I wouldn't walk by him, and he noticed that, and he smiled, and he stopped walking and looked at me like he was waiting for me. So I stopped walking and looked at him like, I'm waiting for you to leave. I didn't even care if it was rude and it was obvious that I didn't want to be around him, but it's like, it gets to the point where, dude, you are way older than me. He's probably like in his early 40s, late 30s, I don't know. How the hell do you not know how to read somebody that doesn't want to talk to you? You know what I mean? Like, nobody owes you a conversation. I am not going to be nice and go ahead and like walk near you when I don't want to have a conversation. Like, I don't want to talk to you. We're here to work, dude. Like, if I don't want to talk to you, I'm not going to be nice about it anymore. Because I've made it so obvious over the times that, like, every time he'd, like, start a conversation with me, I'd shut it down immediately. And see, it's pretty rude, but it's like, I'm not being mean. Like, I'm just shutting it down. Like, I don't have to entertain you having a conversation. It's worse the other way around. For example, if I went up to somebody and I asked them, like, hey, what do you like to do? And blah, blah, blah. And they're just like, I don't know. And they didn't really add anything. I wouldn't continuously try to get information out of them. I could read, oh, you don't want to talk to me. I'm just going to leave and talk to somebody else. You know what I mean? I don't know why some guys, I feel like I've gotten that. That's why I call them incels, because I feel like I get that a lot from guys. I've never had this problem with a woman ever that I can remember. Ever. I don't remember having any sort of issue like this. It's always been dudes that are very incel-y, because there was this guy who like came up to me and showed me that he broke like an item off the shelf, and he's like, you want this? And he smiled, and I looked at him funny, like, what the freaking shit? And he looked really uncomfortable and walked away because I wasn't responsive. He never again spoke to me, and I was just like, you know what? That's really nice. I didn't have to straight up tell him. Now with Dragon Tales, I might have to just straight up tell him, but I think he finally got the point. When I did the thing of like not walking, stopping and like looking at him like, I'm not gonna walk near you. Like, I don't care if you stop and you want to walk near me. I'm not gonna walk with you. We're not friends. I'm not here to talk to you. I don't like this weird. As soon as somebody makes you feel like you're forced to talk to them, I think that's a red flag. Like, we are strangers. I don't even know your real name, dude. Like, that's how. Now, if it was a friend that you guys have been friends for years and you hung out, or like even just a few months and you're friends, obviously an explanation is needed. You know, like, why aren't you talking to me? Like, are you okay? Like, are you mad at me? Obviously. But if they're nothing, the people don't owe a conversation. That's why before I become direct and be like, hey, I don't want to talk, because this is a thing with incels, and women can be incel-y too, guys. I'm not just saying like men, but it's typically with guys, just because I don't know, dude. They're just raised to be, they're owed in life, you know what I mean? So you have to be careful with these people, because an average person will right away get the hint. You know what I mean? Like, if I've ever like talk to anybody, even like family members are like, hey, blah, 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 and they don't respond to my message or they don't respond to my text, it's done. We're done talking. I'm not going to continue this conversation. It's not rocket science. Like, come on, read people. If you don't continue the conversation, if you don't do this back and forth, clearly you don't care. So I'm done. Like, I'd rather, and it's obviously excusable if you're, you know, young. I get that, like, you don't understand how interactions work, or you don't want to understand or something. But when you're in your 40s or late 30s, you should understand that people don't owe you a conversation. And a lot of older dudes too, like, they feel like they're owed a greeting or small talk, and it's like, no, I don't owe you anything. And it sucks because it's so ingrained in us, where it's like, you have to be polite. Especially if you're a lady, you know, like a girl, you have to be polite to people. And it can be actually more dangerous if you're not polite to people. But for me, I know I'm a scary looking person. Like, I'm not a blonde, blue-eyed Barbie doll, you know? So I know I can use my intimidation to get people to F off, basically. But if you're a pretty little, like, you know, very girly, and you're young, it's harder. It's harder for you to play off on the intimidation, or, you know, make them uncomfortable. So a lot of the times we are forced to be nice and polite. But a loophole I found is being boring. Being so boring and bland that they have no choice. But for me, with the Dragon Tales dude, I just had to make it obvious that I'm actively avoiding you. I'm actively avoiding you. I don't want to talk to you. We have nothing to talk about. I'm not going to entertain any conversation with you. Especially because in the beginning, when he first talked to me, I was like, oh, maybe we could just be cool. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I started with my friends when I was new. I made a whole friend group because we started to be cool with each other. But there's this weird feeling indifference with people. Some people have that weird mindset of like, you owe me what I want. And if I want friendship, if I want more, I'm owed that because I want it. You know what I mean? And with my other friends, we were cool. Holy shit, this car is way too close. They didn't do that shit. Even one of them would say like, oh, you know, like, I know we're here to work. We're not here to make friends, but it makes things easier. Yeah, it does make things easier. And with Dragon Tales, we were talking, everything was fine until he like made a weird comment about women, and he was telling me about if I was going to make anything for some celebration. I said, oh, I'm just going to make mashed potatoes. And he said, yeah, you know, like, you should, I'm glad you know how to, you're in the kitchen because, you know, like, you're a woman. And I was like, what the freaking shit? First of all, bitch, I'm more of a man than you will ever be. I might be a short king, but I'm royally going to be as annoying as possible because I love messing with people. Like, I make them kind of like regret ever talking to me, because it's like, making people uncomfortable can become such a strength. When I learned, back when I used to work at FedEx, a warehouse, and I was so naive. I thought that people, you know, you always think people are not as bad as they really can be because you're not as bad as you're not that bad. You know, you're not a bad person. You don't wish people the worst because you're not a bad person. You just assume naively that everybody's going to be the same way. Let me run over your ex real quick. He'll be fine. I'm just kidding. But you think that everybody's going to be nice and all that. But once you learn how people can be and how far they're willing to take, you know, everything against you or turn things against you, make you look like the bad guy or make you, you know, everything your fault or whatever, you realize that it's a bunch of bullshit. Look, I'm smoking. I learned that there. And one time there was this manager over there who he I thought he was such a good manager because like he was nice to me in the beginning. Like he was very professional. He seemed to like being a manager or whatever. But then he started to be really rude when with me and call me out in front of other people. And it doesn't take like a genius to know that I'm not a very loud person. For God's sakes, I've been told I look like I'm scared of my own shadow, you know? And it doesn't take a genius to know that obviously I'm in the quiet and don't like to talk to people area. I couldn't even greet people. I wanted to be friendly and I couldn't do it. Now I don't want to. So that's what's like, why would you call me out like that? Like how much of a good manager are you really, or like a good person in general if you're calling somebody out like that? But he would do that and it would humiliate me, especially because it didn't take a lot to humiliate me. Literally that, and it would humiliate me. And I would come late because I didn't like the meetings. Because again, I don't like being around a lot of people. It makes me very nervous. So he would call me out, and I complained to a coworker. I was like, dude, this guy, he's treating me like shit in front of other people, but when we're alone, he's really nice. He even patted me, and it got uncomfortable because he would like touch my back, and it was all sweaty from working. So I was like, oh, dude, you just like slammed my sweaty shirt into my sweaty skin. But I told him that, my coworker, and he said, oh, he's power tripping. And I didn't know what that was. I didn't know what that was back then. I was like, what the freaking shit is that? And I searched it up and I found out, holy shit, that's literally what he's doing. So now that I knew what it was, I used to work with it and like against it. And like back then, this has been going on for so long. Managers will get used to the power they have over their employees. It's only, human nature. God damn it, I'm freezing. I probably should not be getting coffee right now because my window's not going to go up. I searched it up, I found out everything about it, and I was like mind blown. I was like, holy shit, this has been going on for so long. Like, naive me thought I need to be nice and prove to my manager or whoever's in charge of me that they should not power trip with me because I'm so good and I'm so like I will do whatever they want that they cannot like lose me. But then I realized, no, dude, that works against you because they know that you're one of those soldiers that will die on command. Just like shoot myself on command. Like I'll just do whatever you want on command because I want you to love me type of thing, when it's like that's the dumbest shit ever. The best thing to do is a little bit of a mix of both. So how I defeat social anxiety is with anger. And I realized this with this manager. He made me so angry that I'd get so pissed off. I was better at my job. I started to put the anger where it made sense, and it was working very, very well. It still does. Shit.
Welcome to Duncan. Will you be using the mobile app today?
Oh, shit. I need to put you guys down. Thank you. You too. Holy shit, it's cold. Oh my god, I'm dying. Put you guys back there. My window is not gonna go up. Guys, can you please go? Yep, my window's not gonna go up. I'm stuck here. Lady got picked up by some guy, like her friend or whatever, in front of me. So I had to like stop my car and let her get in. And the car behind me got mad because he thought I was just stopping for no reason. So when I parked my car, he like drove off with an attitude. And like, dude, life is not that serious. What is serious is this damn window. It's always... See, I thought I wouldn't get this car because the light problem. I found out that my window's the worst problem. Please, I'm dying. Ugh, my freaking hands are frozen. It's pissing me off. I hate the cold. I hate it. Hell isn't such a bad idea. I think I've sinned enough to go to hell. And I'm okay with that. Oh, come on, dude. It's just one little spot and it'll go up. This is freaking bullshit. I should go on coffee. I like burning my tongue sometimes. It tastes really good. My burnt flesh, I can taste it. Oh my gosh, dude. I think it's my burnt tongue that tastes like burnt cotton candy. It's so good. I've gotten used to it because I remember like me and my sister went to the drive-thru to get Dunkin' and she got something warm and I drank out of mine right after we got it and she's like, "Why are you drinking out of it now? It's too hot." And I was like, "No, it's not, dude." Oh my god, it's so good. Oh shit, my lip got burnt. I don't feel it when it happens to my tongue. That's healthy. Should we go, guys? Should we go home so I can cry? I gotta go home and cry. I haven't cried in a while. That's not healthy. Woo! Woo! Let's see if my window. Yay, my window went up. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, power trip me. So there's a way to like get somebody to F off. Especially if it's like a manager. I don't know about a friend because I just cut people off if they're power tripping because it's like if we're friends we're equals, bitch. Like what are you doing? But it's really hard when, for me, it's really hard when it's like in a personal relationship because I always put people on a pedestal, which is super healthy, by the way. Doesn't matter when my therapist thinks it's super healthy. You should always worship the people in your life. Obviously, I'm joking, don't do that. But with people like at work, I find it really easy to hate them. That's how I have to do it. I literally, dude, I'm such a people pleaser. I have to literally convince myself I hate this person. You know, the weirdest thing is when you hate people, you convince yourself you don't like somebody and you start to believe it, they will treat you better. I've been treated better by people that I treat like shit, which is not good because it's like, dude, why are you being so. Like Edwin, I treat him so badly. I've kicked him out of my area so many times. He's the manager, by the way. He's the manager, and I'm kicking him out of like an area. Like he tells me what to do and I'm telling him what to do. He doesn't realize that because, dude, you can switch roles. That's how bad it is. And I've done it so many times that it's like, wow, like this is actually working. Like why are people listening to me? But it works. And the way you do it is you make a mix of things. You have to work with your intimidation. You have to become very scary. It's harder if you're like a pretty girl. Like Barbie doll pretty. There's different kinds of pretty. You know, like I have the Michael Jackson thing going on for me. That it's really easy to be scary with that. And my awkward social anxiety makes me more intimidating because people think I'm doing it on purpose. People think I'm just a bad person who's stuck up. I'm not. I'm actually really nervous all the time. That's why. I'm a bundle of nerves with diarrhea, okay? And I could explode at any moment. Who will smell it? Who will face the explosion? You will never know because it could go any moment. And that's the fun of it. It makes life exciting. I have to teach a new manager not to power trip, but I haven't seen him do it. If he does it, see the lady I told you guys about, the girl that the only manager who does, I never needed to teach her how to treat me. She just treats me right. She never power tripped with me. She never did. And she's never going to because she doesn't want to. And that's why it's so nice. And that I'm only toxic when people need a little, like a lesson. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be rude and toxic to people for no reason. Like they're obviously I'm gonna have a reason for the way I am. And the worst thing is it's confusing because I end up getting respected more than if I was just like a good worker who's like polite. It's hard when I feel so bad afterwards. Like every time I'd kick out my manager, I'd be like, damn, I feel like kind of like an asshole and I feel bad. But then I'm like, why does it work? Why does it freaking work? It's so strange. You guys should try it. If somebody's power tripping with you, try it. Do it. It works. It works very well, especially if you look scary. I look like I live in the sewer, and that works. That works out for me. Oh, today is recycling. Recycling. I love recycling day just because I get to recycle more shit. Because we have a lot of freaking boxes, dude. My new manager is an asshole who I need to teach how to treat me. You know, that's so true. I don't know where I heard it, but it's like you have to teach. Nobody ever said it, but it's literally like treat people the way they treat you. I remember I used to be one of those people that's like treat people the way you want to be treated. That's a bunch of bullshit. A bunch of freaking bullshit. We'll see you guys before somebody catches me talking to myself again. Bye.